This is Illustrator.
Yeah, and Ana Rojas.
We want to wish you good evening. I know it's a 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go ahead and start our webinar today, which is the BA Career Transition, 5 steps to six-figure and beyond business analysis career. And today we will conduct this webinar for anybody who is tired of struggling to make the ends meet, as well as some of you we know are tired of taking orders from your boss who does not appreciate them. Especially this is for everybody who works in the office, administrative, IT professionals who are not in business analysis role. People who are ready to transition to rewarding business analysis career or take their business analysis career to the next level. So will also be very helpful for those who don't know how to take their career to the next level. So again, in the next 45 to 60 minutes, we'll walk through all these steps and more.
So in the next 45 minutes, guys, you will figure out how to turn your expertise into a six-figure and beyond yearly income, even if that seems like an impossible number right now. And also you will learn how to transform your resume and generate an unlimited demand, the exact employers you want, whenever you want, and at the salary you want. Also, you will learn how to start a rewarding RT career and earn the salary you deserve, even if you don't have prior technical background. So you also learn how to speak the same language IT industry professionals do and crack the interview. I know some of you are really interested in this part because you may be through a lot of different trainings as BAs, but you really don't know how to crack the interview. You also will learn how to build confidence in the new industry, even if you don't have any prior skills and experience. We'll teach you how to do this in this webinar. And also, you'll learn how to do all of this without spending 4 years to receive a new expensive college degree or any of the newbie stuff you don't want to do. So, guys, we're going to show you how to do it without a college degree.
All right, guys, so our promise to you today is that we're going to walk through a step-by-step strategy to a six-figure and beyond business analysis career. All right, so make sure you have a pen and a paper ready. Take a ton of notes. This is going to be a very strategic webinar. And again, at the end of the webinar, you have way much more clarity. You know, all those things that Anna just went through, you'll have really good clarity and be ready to take next steps. Well, before we start, let's talk about where you are. So the thing is that we noticed that a lot of people who reached out to us for help are usually stuck in the current situation. Sometimes they share it with us that they wake up in the morning feeling pressure of unpaid bills. Some of them literally struggle to live paycheck to paycheck. We also have a lot of people coming to us that feel passed over for promotional, or they feel that they're stuck in their career and they really don't know where to go from there. So we have a lot of professionals coming from business backgrounds, like some of them are accountants, paralegals. We actually have people from educational field, IT positions that are non-business analysis positions. They, like, you know, for example, operations analysts I just recently talked to, like, you know, people who really don't know what's next for them. So again, this is something that, you know, would definitely shed some light on your situation and help you to understand what next steps are. So basically, this is for anybody. You know, if you feel that you've stuck and you don't feel unfulfilled, you know, if you don't feel appreciated in your work and you're ready to make a change, this is definitely for you. A lot of you feel that you worth so much more than what you're getting paid. You know that there is unlimited potential that you have, but you just don't really know how to transition to a new career. You just literally don't know where to start. So again, do you start out every month wondering if you're going to have enough funds to pay your living expenses? With business analysis career, and this is what we're going to share with you today, you won't have to go through any of that anymore, because again, today we will talk about how to leverage your existing experience, how to leverage your existing background so that you can make a drastic change in your career.
So guys, does any of you feel like you in the situation that Allah just walked through? I'm pretty sure some of you feel that way. You're stuck, you underappreciated, you're actually looking for a new profession to start, to grow in the current profession, and actually in general want to really break through into a BA career. So what is the real problem here, guys?
Yeah, so the real problem is that, all of us, in order to go from point A to point B, we need to make mental shifts. And these are exactly the shifts we'll be talking today about. Again, without those shifts, nothing is possible because we would still be stuck where we were originally. So today we will walk you through few mental steps, few mental shifts that are critical for you to make a change. So once you make those shifts, you will be able to wake up to a new, exciting, highly paid and rewarded career. You will feel respectful among colleagues. You will feel like you are in the environment you belong. You'll finally feel like you are an IT professional you always dreamed of being. Again, a lot of you are going through doubts from friends and family in terms of your abilities and potential. So this is something, again, it's a mental shift. This is not just a career shift. Career shift is the outcome. This is the end result. Before we do so, we do need to talk about mental shifts that you guys have to make. One of the things we'll be talking today about is that you can transition into IT career quickly by leveraging your existing skill set that establishes you as the experienced IT professional in the new market. So basically, you don't have to start from the very beginning. You don't have to go through internships. You don't have to go and get a low-paid business analysis or IT job. You can leverage all the skills that you already have.
And once you make the shifts that we're going to cover in this exact webinar, guys, you will realize that there never be, and there actually never an invisible ceiling that you imagine right now, because I know now you're stuck, guys, but they're actually the exit. There's light at the end of the tunnel, right? So you will realize that you can actually get to 6 figures and then beyond per year faster than you ever thought possible. And you'll do all of this while tapping into your true potential and enjoying the new exciting IT career. So how does that sound? So I hope that everybody thinks that sounds good and they really want to hear about the steps. But first, we're just gonna share who we are.
All right, so as I already mentioned, my name is Alice Trader. I'm business analysis career trainer and coach at BAcademy. I have over 15 years of experience in managing and analyzing financial, federal, and as well as health information systems. I went from a business analyst to an IT project manager, and currently I work for Navy Federal Credit Union. I still have a full-time job while being a trainer at BAcademy, and my current role is a product owner. So here alone, you can see the range that IT career offers. But again, I'm not going to have time for me to dive into my story. But all of us, I mean, myself and Anna, we started from pretty basic engineering positions and made our way up through the IT ladder. So again, this is a super rewarding career, IT as well as business analysis, and we would be just really happy to share the steps with you today.
And my name is Ana Rojas, and I'm a BA career trainer and coach at BAcademy. I'm also work full-time as a lead business analyst at ICF. I'm a senior business analyst. I've been senior business analyst for more than 12 years, and I have experience in different domains: education, government, contracting, and aviation. I'm also one of the organizers of Washington, D.C. Meetup, Business Analyst and Project Management and Networking. And I'm happy to share the tricks of the trade and especially how to transition into BA career with you today.
All right, guys. So you probably ask why we teach this webinar, what we're doing here today. So between Anna and I, we have worked over 300 professionals from 4 different continents who were looking to transition into a 6-figure business analysis role. Most of them were sick and tired of not being able to live life on their own terms, and they were looking for ways to take control of their income and work-life balance, as well as, so some of them were already working as business analysts, and they were working to move up to the next level in their career. So one of the core things that we specialize is leveraging your prior experience and skills. So one of the things both Anna and I strongly believe in is that any experience that you had previously had in your career, it shouldn't be thrown away just because you are moving to a new field, to a new either career within IT, or you're moving from a non-IT job into IT career. It doesn't mean that you have to start from scratch. I mean, not at all. Today we'll be talking about how you can leverage what you already have in order to receive your dream IT job as well as the salary that you deserve.
Okay, so let's just move towards discovering the 5 shifts, guys. So what are we going to talk about, right? We just promised you that all it takes is just 5 shifts. So what are they? So we're going to walk through just all of them. And they're basically just 5 shifts, right? And the first one is embracing individuality. Embrace yourself. So I guess you are just a little bit kind of taken aback, maybe. Embrace yourself, embrace individuality. It's a little bit strange maybe for IT career, but let me just explain where we're going with it. So first of all, you only have a few minutes to make an impression on an employee, to be the one to get the job offer. So without this specific shift, you will continue to feel subconscious of your experience, lack of technical background. You will feel nervous every time you face an employer or a recruiter. You will continue to exude this low confidence and pretend to be someone you're not. So that's why it's very important to know yourself, like who you are. If you're not technical, don't pretend to be technical. If you're business oriented, be business oriented. We're going to dig deeper into it, but basically with this shift, you will be able to build a prompt connection with the future employer while making an impression of a confident, knowledgeable candidate that can be a valuable asset to the organization, when of course taking your chances to get a job to the roof. So basically, being able to show who you are, being able to show what you can do, and still being true to yourself, to your skills, to your experience, that's what is very important to do. And that's a shift number 1.
Yeah, so how many times have you seen somebody who is not even qualified to do the job, to take one of the best positions offered just because they have the charisma, they can present themselves, and they can use their individuality as well as personality to be the person that the management and the HR thinks the right fit, right? So that's exactly what we're talking about. Do not throw away your personality, use it to your advantage. If there is something very unique and specific about you, embrace that, bring it with you to the interview, make sure that you make that shine, and make sure that that's what makes you stand out of majority of other candidates. Well, I hope that makes sense. Again, this is a pretty simple one, but another thing I just want to add to this one, because just because how simple it is, it's actually also very powerful, because we're not asking you to become something that you're not. We're not asking you to pretend, and please don't do so, because if you are trying to pretend and be somebody who you are not, you're not going to carry the same energy to the interview. You're not going to connect to the person, to your HR on the same level as it should be. So bring your individuality, bring your prior experience to the interview, and that's going to go a long way. So the next shift is, don't be afraid to request premium salary. So just because you are starting from the beginning, so a lot of our students are coming to our sessions. When they meet with us, they usually say, well, we don't have any experience. I think I should start from a low salary and grow my way up. Well, this is really not the truth. So what happens is, if you request low salary, you diminish your skill set, and that will put you in the low paid positions. the one that you're gonna take years to get out of. So don't put yourself in that pay low rate, because I'm sure most of you have had at least 2 jobs, and what you probably notice is that once you're stuck in a job, it's extremely hard to get a promotion, right? It's really hard to get actually up to the next level. But once you jump from one job to another, from one company to another, that's where you get an opportunity to ask for the premium salary. So same thing here, just because you're coming from not having much business analysis experience or technical experience, it does not mean that you need to settle down for a low salary. So if you ask for the premium salary, it's like one of those things that, anything that's actually cost the premium salary, we tend to think that that has a high value. So if you command the premium salary, your employer will instantaneously treat you with trust and respect. They will treat you like as a professional who knows their business. You will be getting the most valuable projects. And guess what? In IT world, the more important the project is, the more visibility you have and the more salary and growth opportunities you have.
So another important point about requesting a premium salary shift, well, there are only 2 reasons why you're not receiving the job salary you desire. We have a lot of students who have this kind of issues, even those who actually already have a BA career. So what is the 2 reasons? So you either think that your experience is worthless, or you think that you have an expertise but don't know how to apply them in specific situations. Basically, in fact, you don't know how to make this transition. So let's address the first problem. So the first problem, first of all, you are not starting your career transition from scratch, right? So a lot of you have 2 or 3 careers, jobs by this time, and they might not have a BA title, but it's business jobs, office jobs, analyst jobs, marketing jobs. A lot of these jobs actually have given you years and years of experience, and this experience carries tremendous value. And that's what employer wants. So it's basically just about analyzing your value, analyzing what you've done in these jobs. That's what the market wants and what the BA is supposed to do. So it's a lot of analysis goes into it. And then once you identify it, you clearly can tell yourself, yes, I can do it because this is the skills I already have. And the second one, of course, the high salary reassures the employers that you're actually skilled and the best of the best, and you're a good match. So that's important.
Yeah, and guys, after all, every time we're looking for a transition in life, we want to feel good about it, right? So we don't want you to go and get a job where you feel like you are still being overlooked, you do not stand out, that, so there is a reason why you're making a change in life. There is a reason why you are here tonight. You're actually taking time from your life to actually sit down and listen to this webinar. We want you to feel good at the end of the day. So make sure you request the premium salary. And again, so things and the skills and the resume, everything needs to match up to that salary. And we have more shifts to go through. So at the end of this webinar, you'll get a really clear picture of how to make everything match so that you know what to do next. Of course, people who get paid more, your self-esteem and self-respect will be way higher than if you were getting paid less. You will also be respected by others, and your chances for promotion is definitely going to go up higher because the employer, your employer, will see a really high value in you. And one of the things that we already mentioned is that it's so much easier to hit your dream salary by leveraging your experience. So we're not throwing away your experience. We're taking your experience and we're using your prior experience regardless of what it is to land your dream job.
And guys, we do specialize in actually helping people just do that, because a lot of students come to us and they ask, so how do you do this? Like, how do I use my experience? I never had a BA job. I don't have any IT experience. Oh, so, well, it's very important to request very good salary, the one that you worth, and we show how it's done. So this is one of the case studies we want to share with you today. And we give an example of Kate. She was a financial analyst who hit the glass ceiling in her industry. So she was feeling just like you know, and when she came to us, she was just making a top income in her industry, and she had nowhere else to grow. And she wanted to actually change her career. She wanted to transfer to business analysis role, and but one of her requests was like, I don't want to start from the ground up. Like, I don't want to go to any of this like internships or be a junior analyst. And she didn't really even know if it's possible. So she wanted to make sure that she can get at least a similar paycheck. And of course, we help her to immediately land an IT business analyst job that paid 20% above her previous pay, her pay at that time. And she had this tremendous income growth opportunity with BA Career. Even in that other career, she actually hit the ceiling. So just after 8 weeks and deciding was working with us, she received a job offer that was beyond her expected salary and a company that provided tremendous job opportunities, growth opportunities. It was a very large company that she not only she get the salary of more than what she expected, 20% more than she was getting in her other company and other line of business, right, and as a profession. And she also got a tremendous job opportunities to keep growing.
Yeah, so guys, I think, probably a lot of you have recognized even yourself in this case. A lot of us, especially, those people who are looking to transition into a new career, they have a lot of doubts. They really don't know where to start. They don't know what the opportunities are, right? So we don't really know what the boundaries are. And we think it should be possible. We see other people succeed. You guys probably have friends and family members who are very successful being a business analyst or being in IT role, but you just don't know if it's for you. You don't really know if you can actually match your income and if you need to start from the beginning. So this is, again, Kate's example is, so Kate actually finished our program about 3 years ago. So it's been a while, but I think Kate's experience is one of the most strong ones, just because, she demonstrated that drive to learn something new. She did very well in her previous career, and she's the one who just knew that there was a way for her to actually to transition to a new role, and she found a way. So it is possible, and all you have to do is to leverage your prior experience.
Yep, she followed all the steps from the program and she got the results, guys. So this is just to illustrate that it's possible and absolutely doable, and for you as well.
All right, perfect. Well, we hope the story was really encouraging, and we're gonna move on to the next one. So the next shift is the secret weapon. So out of all the shifts today, and we'll be going over 5 shifts, so this is the most important one. Well, maybe I shouldn't say the most important one, but this is definitely the core shift. So on average, it takes people 2 to 3 years to transition into an IT career. And guess what? 2/3 of those people never succeed, or they give up just because before getting an IT or business analysis job. I'm sure if you've been in, this situation, if you've already tried, just think about how long have you already tried to make a transition, right? Sometimes it's pretty hard. Like me personally, it took me 2 years to actually land my business analysis job. And, again, without giving out many details, like I was already doing business analysis, I just didn't realize. So you have to make this shift. You have to use the secret weapon, and so that you don't have to spend years and thousands of dollars on certificates, degrees, applying for IT jobs and not getting a job just because you have no experience. So number one reason that our students say they're not getting a job or not able to make a transition is because they have no experience. So without this weapon, without this shift, you will continue to have low confidence. You wouldn't know what answers, how to reply to the questions during interviews. Your voice will continue to tremble every time you talk to the recruiters. Some of you might be going through this right now, or you're even like hesitant to pick up the phone every time there is, the phone rings, just because you're afraid this is a recruiter and you don't know what to say. You will continue to feel overwhelmed with all the information available online. There is a ton of information, and what happens is people just tend to get themselves in the analysis paralysis state. They keep on reading and reading, going from one class to another. But all that happens is that they get frustrated with going from one training to another, and they feel they're not really getting anywhere in life, and they're running out of time to land an IT job.
Guys, who are having this feeling now, just put like a plus sign in a text box, in the chat box, and also maybe just share with us how many years or how many months you're already in transition. We're just curious. So just put 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever it is, just share with us.
And also think about how many years have you already spent. Being a business analyst, an IT business analyst, you can easily be making 100K plus a year.
Right. Where is your lost opportunity cost?
Exactly. Like, how could you have spent that an extra income? What would your wife, your husband, your children say about you being that top top provider for the family? Like, how would the life of your family and your spouse and your kids change? What would you do for the upcoming spring break, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks, a couple of months? What would happen? How would your life happen? I mean, would you be taking your maybe kids and family on a
different type of vacation?
Right, different type of vacation,
like going to Disney. Season. Where are you going? What are you doing with all this extra money? And what do you do in transition for 2 or 3 years?
Absolutely. Think about all those months and years spent and how you can make a difference by simply making the shift. So with this shift, you will be able to transition in the business analysis role in just as little as a few weeks to a few months, while having more confidence in your skill set than ever before. So one of the things we noticed that actually gets our students quick results is their confidence during the interview. People who go to the interview feel comfortable in their skill set, they know what to tell, they know how to talk to the employers and HRs. Those are the people who enjoy new rewarding IT career in little or no time, and they save months and years on building an amazing lifestyle, getting promotions, recognitions, developing themselves as professionals in the field they love, instead of spinning their wheels and failing to land a job. So just think about it, that like how much time have you already wasted? And what could have you done with the time?
Absolutely. So what is the secret weapon, Nala? So guys, the secret weapon is transferable skills. And I'm pretty sure you've heard about them somewhere or another. But the way we talk about them here is very important. It's the most important weapon that you can get, is basically leveraging your transferable skills. And it's the most powerful way to transition into the IT career. So it's a new way. It's our new way. And you will be able to get the premium salary. So there are 2 ways. Their old way and their new way of doing things, right? So the old way, they say all you need, go get 4-year technical degree, or if you already have a degree, get a master degree in IT or whatever it is. So you go through a long process of degrees, then you scratch your private experience off, you get some kind of type of certificate, or couple or 3 or 4, you get reference, you get update to you get to update your LinkedIn, you go get an internship or something, even if it's unpaid, you start as an intern or a junior level, you spend 3 years or more on this mid-level position, then you invest another 7 years of your life being at the mid-level position, and then months and months and months and months and years of a job search. That's the old way. That's the old way. You don't want the old way, guys. And please don't be persuaded that this is the only way. We can get you a completely different way. We can get you through to transition to become a BA, to actually become a BA in 3 months, guys, using the new way. What is the new way? Here, can you share with us?
Yeah, so basically, what I just walk you through, this is a traditional way. This is what everybody thinks is the only way. And, we call it a cross finger way because like you never know which one out of those is going to work, but you tend to try all of them. Well, guess what? So the new way is you don't have to have a new degree. So a lot of our students, well, actually not students, but a lot of people coming our way before becoming our students, they think that they need to go and get a new degree, a new certificate. They they have to spend 4 years to receive an expensive technical degree to start a new career, or even spend 7 years to be in a mid to senior level position and receive the pay they deserve. Well, guess what? You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is to get a hands-on business analysis training. So the key word here is the hands-on. So not just any training, because there's a ton of material available online. You have to look for something that will come from people who are doing business analysis on a daily basis, who know what is the core business analysis concepts and techniques and principles. Again, remember, we're not trying to spend months or years. We're trying to expedite the process. And to do so, you have to learn from somebody who is doing it on a daily basis and can teach you the core basics that will help you to be an expert in your field. You also need to use your transferable skills. Again, a lot of you, and I'm really interested, like if you want to go ahead and just put a plus in the chat area if you believe the transferable skills is a very leveraged, is a high leveraged skill set, because a lot of our students, they understand the value of transferable skills, but they just don't know how to use it. Of course, going to the interview, you need to be ready. You need to go to the interview as if you are an experienced business analyst. And once you go through this path, once you have a hands-on business analysis training, once you leverage your transferable skills and get yourself ready for the interview, you will be able to get a job, a business analysis job, in no time. And one of the things I just want to mention is, and that's pretty much moving on to key components of the transferable skills, is one of the core skill set that almost everybody has is the soft skills. So the soft skills is what almost each office professional uses in 80% of their in 80% of their time. So those are the skills: logical thinking, analytical skills, writing, communication skills. Each one of us has those skills, and being a business analyst, this is the top skill set that you would be utilizing. Technical skills are more of, again, here we're not talking about anything like any specific technical skills. Here, as a business analyst, you'll be surprised that for the most part, you will be spending your time using Excel and Word document and PowerPoint, Microsoft Visio, and a few other instruments that, again, you can learn in no time. And of course, your expertise as a subject matter expert in a specific domain area brings a tremendous business value, and it literally knocks your employers and HR socks off, because guess what? Now you're coming in as an expert. So let's say if you were in a finance sector for many years, even if you were not in a technical role, but you know finance so well that now you can actually start engaging with the business. You can start getting requirements, gathering requirements. You already speak the language. You just have to put it all together, present it correctly on your resume, and get a business analysis job.
So the transferable skills, as Alice said, is soft skills, technical skills, and subject matter expertise. And what we want to present you here, guys, just to highlight the point of importance of transferable skills, is the case study number 2. So we're going to talk about Eunice. And Eunice is an IT business analyst at the United States Department of Defense, and she was our student. So when we first met her, she was transitioning from a journalist field and didn't have a clear career path into a BA career. And her situation was she took some online courses and in-person IT training, but she was not able to get clarity on how to connect all this information to her prior experience, and was not getting any job offers. So literally she was taught an old way, right? Forget everything you already have, keep studying, keep learning, and maybe you will be just lucky to get an internship or a junior position. But apparently that's not the case, guys. And I'm just curious if anybody in the same situation as Eunice was, you took some online courses or maybe in-person IT training and you feel stuck right now because there's just no connection to you. to your individuality, to your prior skills, to your transferable skills. So if you have this, just put 1 in our chat box. We're just curious how many of you in this type of situation. So what we did, we helped her utilize her amazing transferable skills and start her first business analyst job in just short 5 weeks after starting to work with us. This is amazing, right? She did it in 5 weeks. Guys, all because she is great communicator. She has great organizational and communication skills. Guys, she's a star, I'm telling you. And somebody just advised her just forget about it. And this is just insane, you know, guys. You need to go and look at what you're good at. So she was great at it. We help her to shine. We help her to connect all this information, to analyze her background, to really go and dig yourself up and figure out what you're good at. And that's exactly what she did with us. And she was able to connect all this. And she was able to actually command a great BA job. Today, a year later, she has already gone through 2 major projects and now well off into her way to becoming a senior business analyst. So she didn't start as a junior, she already started as a mid-level because how great her transferable skills are. And she actually discovered what they are with us.
Yeah, that's really, you know, Eunice's case is so interesting because she actually came from another training to us, you know, the training that literally just had her stuck in front of the computer. I had her studying a ton of business analysis information, and a few months later, she was still she was still not employed. So one of the things that we recognized in her, and one of the things that we always encourage our students to focus on, is their transferable skills. What are you good at? You know, how do those transferable skills and your specific skill set, how does that align with business analysis skills? So again, you know, all of that you already have. You just have to learn how to leverage it and how to use your transferable skills to the best of your ability. So let's just do a quick recap before we move forward. So at this point, we already know that we must operate with individuality. So everybody is unique. You have to bring it to the interview. You have to connect. It has to click with the future employer and the HR. You also have to command a premium salary. So there is really no reason to go into a new exciting career, to do a transition, asking for a low pay salary just to get your foot in the door. No, you already have the experience. You already have a lot to bring to the table. So make sure you ask the salary that you feel comfortable with. And of course, use the secret weapon, transferable skills that you already have. And all of that will help you to get a job that you desire. So now let's take a look at how you can leverage your time and scale your career without losing months or even years in getting a new degree.
So the next important shift, guys, that you need to do is to actually build a winning resume. So do you know that you have less than 1% chance to receive a job you applied for? So if you ever heard about this, just put a plus sign in the chat. If you never heard about it, just put a minus sign in the chat, just curious. But guys, everything you applied for, you have only 1% chance. An average employer receives 128 applications for every one job opening, and only 20% applicants receive interviews, or even less, depending on the industry. So without the shift on really spending your time and having a professional guidance that will help you to build your bring BA resume, you will continue to spend these countless hours on your resume, always changing, always getting some little feedback here and there. And the result will be you're not hearing back from recruiters. You are continue to wonder, where's all of the calls? Where's all the people? Well, nobody's calling you for an interview, and why your phone interview never even become a next level face-to-face? Oh, well, guys, it's all about the resume in this case. So with this shift, you will finally build a high-performing resume, and that will position you as an IT professional. And you get your foot into the door.
Yeah, so basically the goal here is to make sure that, you know, what we just talked about in the prior shift, your transferable skills, your individuality, we need to make sure that now it clicks on your resume. Now we need to make sure that your resume represents all of that, because if your resume, you know, regardless of the prior shifts, if your resume still is reflects you as the old professional, as your current position, like it's not going to help you to get your foot in the door and get a business analysis job. So you need to make sure that your resume aligns with the incredible transferable skills that you already have. It power boosts your resume using related experience that you obtain on your prior positions in your prior projects. And guess what? A lot of IT professionals came from a not technical background. And one of the things that helped them to get a job relatively quickly and yet to get a premium salary is to leverage their prior experience and position themselves as a skilled business analyst on their resume. So another very exciting student that we had was Jessica. She was a project coordinator who had a ton of experience, and she realized that, you know, with all the experience, like she still felt like that she was underutilized. She felt that she had a lot of potential, and one of the path that she decided to choose was business analysis. But one of the challenges that she had, she just didn't know how to position herself as such, and she was not even able to get through to the interview. So what was interesting about Jessica is that she already had so much to offer that literally after updating her resume, she reached out to us with an amazing message, literally saying that, I just want to let you know that my resume is so good that people have been calling me out of the blue. I have an interview with Disney this week, next week, and a phone interview with Kite Pharma today. So this is the power of the resume. So all she did, well, I mean, that was not all she did. Yeah, I'll simplify. You know, she pretty much went through all the 5 shifts that we're talking about today. But one of the most powerful shifts that she did, because again, Jessica, just like Eunice, had also looked into some trainings. She did a lot of self-studying, but she wasn't really getting traction in the business analysis career. So one of the most powerful shifts that she made for herself was the resume. You know, things that she already had. So she didn't have to come up with something new. She didn't have to go get a certificate. She didn't have to spend months or years on a new degree. All she had to do was just to build a winning resume.
And guys, so I'm just curious, who is also at the same level of frustration with their resume right now? Maybe you went through a lot of training, online training, in-person training, and you cannot just connect the dots with your resume. You may be at your wit's end, what exactly should I put in there? Because I don't really have a BA experience, so how to position my project coordinator, analyst, office manager, or whatever you have experience into your BA resume. So that's what we work with our students on. Of course, it's not just a super simple shift, because what is a winning resume, right? Like, you have to know what are all the good things the winning resume represents, right? So but the importance of making the shift, you can see in this case, you can see in Jessica's case. So if you were in the same situation in the sense that you don't know how the winning BA resume looks, and yours is not definitely the case, so just say me in the chat box. So I'm just curious, who has the same situation?
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next shift. So the next shift is invest in coaching. So the power of coaches, you know, again, this is something that comes from the sports, is that every athlete who actually has reached really high potential and really high achievements, they had a coach. You know, sometimes a coach it's a person who pretty much leads you by example, right? So this is the person who reveals the best in you. So without the shift, you will continue to struggle to put all the dots in a row. You will try to figure out how to connect your prior experience with the job you desire and maximize your true career and salary potential. You will continue to feel lost and not have a clear career path on where to start with the transition. So the truth is, every situation is unique. And just like you saw in those 3 examples, 3 case studies that we just presented, everybody had a unique situation. Everybody had a ton of potential that they just struggled to leverage and maximize. So the coach will help you to be by your side to guide you through the process by helping you to maximize your potential and help you achieve amazing results and get you a job that you dream of and the salary that you deserve.
So coaching helps to bring the best in you and guide you through the step-by-step process to help you get to the next level in your life. What is this next level in your life, guys? Is it the next level to finally get your BA, first BA job, or is it finally get from a junior into a senior? I mean, whatever this level is for you, coaches are the one who can help you to get there. There are people who help dozens, hundreds, thousands of people like you to go from feeling lost to becoming a winner. So, and one common thing that people, the incredible people reference today have in common is a coach who showed them the way to transition into a business analysis position. So the importance of seeing this way and actually understanding what your steps should be to get there is that's what the coaches do.
Yeah, so basically, as a coach, as somebody who has seen many people struggling with the same problem, you know, like you'll be surprised how many people, how many students, how many people looking to transition in the new career have similar symptoms, and yet, you know, to them it sounds like it's a unique situation. You know, nobody has been in this situation before. I'm the only one who is struggling. Everybody had it really easy. Everybody had everything they need to get a business analysis job and transition to the technical world. But that's not the case. Everybody has exactly the same problems. Like between Anna and I, we could literally like name those top challenges, you know, and you know, surprisingly, there are only just a few, and everybody has, you know, think that this is a challenge that they cannot overcome. Well, that's why you need a coach by your side or somebody to guide you through the career path. So today we promise is to show you how to turn your expertise into six-figure and beyond yearly income, even if that seems like an impossible number right now. We also talked about how to transform your resume and generate an unlimited demand, the exact employers you want, whenever you want, and the salary you want. So we talked about, you know, how to make sure that you have unlimited employers and HRs reaching out to you. We also talked about how to start a rewarding business analysis IT career and earn the salary you deserve even if you don't have prior technical background. We also talked about how to speak the same language IT industry professionals do and crack the interview. How to build confidence in the new industry even if you don't have prior skills and experience. So we talked about transferable skills. We talked about you bringing individuality to the interview. We talked about building your winning resume. And we also talked about how to do all of this without spending 4 years to receive a new expensive college degree or any of the newbie stuff that you don't want to do.
So guys, with this webinar, we taught you 5 different shifts. So that shift is what you need to do in order to win, right? This is the 5 shifts, and let's go over them again. So in order to win, in order to transition to a BA career, you need to operate with individuality and honesty. You need to be yourself, basically. You need to request premium salary, and you need to have something to show for this request. You need to use a secret weapon. Remember, the secret weapon we talked today is transferable skills. And you need to build winning IT resume. And that's the 5th one that we just talked about is coaching, right? We talk about how important coaching is. And with all these 5 shifts, now you have a choice because you know what needs to be done. We just walked through this, and I hope you like the new way much more than the old way, because I don't know, does anybody of you guys still want to go the old route of 4 years of degree or a master's degree if you already have a bachelor, and then going through a lot of certifications and stuff? I hope not. So just put the minus sign in the chat box if you don't want to go the old way, especially now that you know there's a new way. And the question is how we can help you.
So our team have set aside some time in the next 48 hours that we can show you how to apply these ideas in your career to start transition today. So this is the place where we can talk what are the biggest challenges. And again, like we said, we've seen it all. We've worked with over 300 professionals over the last 4 years. All of those challenges and problems usually
not that unique.
They're not unique, and like like we said, there are literally just few of them. Few core challenges that people come across, and if you know how to overcome those challenges, nothing will stop you. So on this session, we will walk you through the step-by-step game plan to hit your income goal for this year, whether that's 80,000 a year, 100,000 a year, or more, and for attracting the exact employers you want to work for. And guess what? The cost is absolutely free. So the reason why you do this is because, I'm going to jump ahead, but we did it because we love giving back. This is something that we struggle with ourselves. We love helping people achieve their goals. This is something that we've done for hundreds of our students, hundreds of people who came to us, and this is just so powerful. It's just so amazing to have a life you can enjoy. You have a career, you feel you're fulfilled, and also like to do something that you feel like you can give back. So if you feel like you need our help and you would like to transition your career, we will be happy to discuss it with you. So what we're going to do is we will go ahead and post a link that you can sign up for the breakthrough session with us, for the business analysis career breakthrough session. But before you do so, I want to go back and I want to make sure that this is not for everybody. So this is for people who must have prior office experience. So the reason why you must have some prior office experience is because our concept is built on those 5 shifts. And one of the shifts is to use your transferable skills. Again, if you don't have current office experience, that's okay, as long as you had some office exposure, or if you went through college, if you're just now coming out of the college, you can still reach out to us. We would still be able to help you out. But if you never were in an office setting or office environment, it's probably going to be really hard for you. So you must be decisive. So we want you to make sure that you made a decision to succeed. We want to work with you. We want to help you. We want to get you on the breakthrough session and make sure that we're not just wasting an hour in your time. We want to make sure that that's what you want. We want to make sure that you've made the decision to succeed. You must also hold yourself to the highest standards of integrity. And if that's you, book a session with us.
So guys, if you feel stuck, right, we just talked about like how a lot of our students felt and what kind of situation they went through that we help them with. So if you are stuck right now, if you feel that you are stuck in an unfulfilling career, that you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's time to change, you want to break this invisible ceiling, you just need a guidance, you just need a coach, this is the time to go ahead and book your breakthrough session. If you're tired of transitioning, if you're a constant state of transitioning, you already watched like all YouTube videos about business analysis, you already studied all the books, you already went through online classes, maybe even in-person classes, but you never made this connection on how to write your resume and how to actually become a BA. So if you're stuck in this transition cycle, that's also time for you to go ahead and book the BA breakthroughs, the career breakthrough session. So we will share a link later on. Anyway, if you do have any questions, please put them in the chat box, and we will be happy to see you in one of our breakthrough sessions.
All right, guys. Well, we hope this was very insightful session today, insightful webinar, and we're looking forward to speaking to you soon. All right, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.